everyone, welcome to the Xtreme Iracing Series round 5 of 38 at Atlanta Motor Speedway here tonight. Tonight we will go 130 laps around Atlanta Motor Speedway for round number 5 of this series. Out front right now in practice session, that is going to be Ryan Bean. Bean, who is out front, fastest car on the racetrack right now, is a Mr. Bean. We'll look at our practice charts here in just a moment, but great practice session right here for Bean, as always. Matt in the booth with you here tonight for all your coverage. Reese out of town this evening, cannot attend tonight's event. As far as in the booth or anything, it's going to be me with you. Let's take a look at our practice session, and right here you have it. Our top 12 in practice. It's going to be Ryan Bean on top of the board, Cole Thomas. Just a little bit back behind him, Matthew Rush, Jared Taylor, Clayton Cravens, Robert Patrick Jr., Scott Taylor there, Matthew Fleming, Willie Yates, James J.R. Miller, and Jimmy, all in top 12 in practice. That's your top 12 here in practice, round 5 of 38 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Waiting down there on pit road here in Irish in the 5th round of the season. Moves into Atlanta, Georgia. Here we'll head on to Bristol, Tennessee next for round number 6. That'll be coming up next week. Head to Bristol. Be a great race here tonight, all evening long for this series. With a minute left in practice, we're going to throw you over to a commercial break. We'll be back here for qualifying in a moment. All right, race fans, I want to take this time to thank our sponsors, GridFinder.com. GridFinder is the easiest way to find online sim racing leagues for iRacing, Assetto Corsa, Competizione, F1 2020, or Vector 2, and many more. Racing sims and games alike. You can find leagues in the UK, US, Europe, Australia, and more. Head to gridfinder.com where you will find all the leagues you see here on Extreme Sim TV, as well as many more. Alternatively, if you have a league or a community yourself and you're watching this, get yourself signed up on the site and join the other 1,000 leagues currently registered on GridFinder. Find your place on the grid. Alright, Jack here at the racetrack qualifying, getting ready to kick off right now. Let's see who can get the pole here for round number 5 here this evening. Will it be Ryan Bean putting that car on top of the board here just like he did in practice a moment ago? Keep an eye there on that 28 rolling out in that old school Halloween paint. And he was fastest in practice with what he comes up with in qualifying tonight. A couple more. You got Willie Yates, Scott Taylor back there as well. Actually, Ryan going to abandon that and go at it again. Probably got it speeding off the pit road charge. Right now it's Clayton Craves there in the Hoosiers. Number 13 is Chevrolet Camaro on track right now. That 13 is going to bring them down. But he can come up with here before he is an attempt at a lap time here tonight. Alpha turn 4, I think turn 2, and Alpha 2 and Alpha 4. It's going to be a rough parts of the racetrack tonight. Notorious here at Atlanta for causing issues off those 2 corners. Can't go right at Atlanta Motor Speedway, but those 2, a wall can kind of come out and grab you without you even realizing it right now as we look at the Hooters, the 13th is your Clayton Cravens off of turn 4, good run. to the stripe. Top of the board, 30.617. 30 points now at 31.29 for Cole Thomas. And you see right there, we talked about turn number 2. Right there, that car got out of shape of Clayton Graves. That's going to end that qualifying attempt for him. There is the 18th Scott Taylor. Bill Yates, Cole Thomas. Now, Bill Yates just went to the top of the board. Great run for him, looking at Rusky. And the number 6 machine, P7 on the board right now. There's the 18th machinist, Scott Taylor. Ryan Bean now on his qualifying lap again. Matthew, top of the board, the 11, 29.808. What will this number 28 of Ryan Bean do? Top side 3 and 4. Again, fastest in practice was Bean. 13 lap number 1. Let's see what he's got for the lap 2. Down around the bottom. Through 1 and 2. 2 minutes 14 seconds left. He'll go to the bottom in 3 and 4. He'll hunt the inside lane. That number 28 Halloween Texaco machine off of turn 4 at the stripe, and it's going to be top of the board 29.760. That is going to pretty much give Ryan the pole here tonight. Matthew Slim and Austin has not took a lap yet. A great lap there for Ryan Bean. There is the 88 in that beer nut machine. That number 88 machine right now on track. Ryan Bean's top of the board in his 28 Halloween machine. Top of the board here tonight. Let's go talk one of our drivers here as we wrap up qualifying. But we can get a word in with our possible pole sitter here in about a minute and seconds. That being Ryan on top of the board. Out of Hall Rough Racing. Hey Ryan Bean, Matt up here in the booth, got a copy.
What's going on?
Alrighty, man, you were fastest in practice tonight. Right now, you're top of the board in qualifying with only 43 seconds left. What do you think it's going to take to keep that number 28 out front? 29.76.
It's going to be all about racing the track, just not hitting the wall. I'm sure Jared Kaler's. I don't think he's gone yet, so I expect him to be up top. Yep, there he goes. Yeah, it's just going to be stay clean, just wait for like the last few laps and start making moves.
Tell you what, Kaler just barely bumping you off the pole there the last 11 seconds left. Good luck here tonight. Congratulations, Ryan Bean, on a top 2 qualifying position. All right, let's grab Jared right quick.
Can you hear me?
Jared Kaler, Matt in the booth, got a copy.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, man. Well, you bumped your way to the top of the board last minute. I was actually doing the poll interview there with Ryan, and you bumped him at the last minute. Congratulations on that, buddy.
Thank you.
Alrighty, man. Well, how's the car feel? What's it going to take to keep it out front?
Oh, man, I think strategy is going to be a big thing. You know, the tires, from what I learned in practice, the tires fall off really, really fast. So, you know, you're going to gain that advantage putting a lap early if it stays under green. Or, you know, if you stay out a couple laps, you might be able to be faster on the longer end of the run because the other guys might wear out their tires. So I think strategy is going to be a huge thing this whole race. But staying clean, staying out front, I think is going to be also another big factor as well.
Again, before I'm going to let you go, you got to go get that car gridded up, buddy.
There we go.
All right, Jared. We'll see you at the end of the night, man.
Thank you. Have a good one.
Jared Kaler also rolling off there in that pole position. Well, qualifying in the books here tonight. Let's get you through your starting lineup here for this one. Round number 4, the Atlanta Motors. 135 laps. Jared Kaler and Ryan Bean, front row. Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. alongside Matthew, row number 2. Row number 3, Calvin Ruff, Cole K. Thomas, row 3. Row 4, J.R. Miller, Scott Taylor. Row number 5, Terry and Colette and Dustin Stallings. Row number 6, Jordan Stencil and Rusty. Row number 7, James Willie Yates. Row number 8, Clayton Graves and Mr. Mert, I believe these how you in row 8. Michael Martino and Mr. Phillip there. The Meatloaf Man rolling off 18. Row number 10, Austin Johnston and Kevin rolling off in 20th tonight. Row number 11, Matthew Fleming and John Peel. Row number 12 with Jimmy and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr., 24th. And that will be your 24-car field. 138 laps your distance. No fast repairs here tonight. Who is ready for great racing here this evening? Ryan Bean starting outside front row. He'll be right there alongside that number 58 of Jared Kaler for this start here. Alright folks, pace car coming down. Let's get this one underway. The NASCAR Xtreme Iracing Series is coming to green out of turn 4. There we go. Green flag in the air. We are rolling. Great start there between Ryan Bean and Jared Kaler. Both of them a wonderful start out front. Fitzpatrick Sr. there in a blackout. Number 3 rolls from 3rd. And right now everybody gets to the bottom up front. Kaler to the lead. Bean trying to hold off Fitzpatrick Jr. We're going to keep fine to the bottom. Ryan Bean stuck on the top side. Ooh, contact between Fitzpatrick Jr. and Bean early. He'll go up the racetrack. Cole K. Thomas to the bottom of him for 3rd here. Bean in danger of dropping to 4th at the end of lap number 1. Great racing up front here between these cars in front of the field. The 66 rolls through. Back in the pack a little ways, looking at Rusty in the 6 has dropped to 13. Dustin Stalling, trouble behind him. It's the 9 into the inside wall, looking for a possible caution. No yellow as of yet. Will Yates, they're off the racing surface. No caution. We'll take a look at what happened back here. Out of turn number 2, and now the yellow flag going to be displayed. Man, oh man. Wow, the 24 just called up the 9. His night's over early on. One more look. Wow. I got doored there. We'll go from the blimp cam. Unfortunate there that happened. Caution out early here. Lap number 3 just out of number 2. One more look from the blimp cam itself. Car just got crossed up. Wow. So Willie Yates involved in our first incident here tonight in that blockbuster number 9 machine. Let's go down to the infield care center and we'll talk to Mr. Willie Yates if we can. Let's see if we can find him. There he is out of Full Throttle Motorsports here. Oh, let's. Hey, Mr. Yates, matter of fact, we've got a couple.
Come on, buddy.
Alrighty, man. Well, not the way you wanted to start tonight. Got some contact out of turn 2 there. Pretty big damage to that number 9 blockbuster machine.
Yeah, was doing fine there. Don't know what happened. You just felt like the car, the ass end just went out from under it and lifted up. And I tried to save it. I made contact with the guy that came in down low, dove it in there, and that just got me into the wall. And trying to keep out of everybody's way, it looked like I collected about another one, barely. But we'll get it fixed and we'll come back out and we'll try to see what we can do. I mean, hopefully it's not too bad.
Yeah, that's a pretty big impact into that inside wall, man, but hopefully you get that car fixed, get it back out here later on in the race.
Hello?
Oh, we lost him on this. Hang on, folks. All right, yeah, man. Hope we can get that thing fixed here later on, brother.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Best of luck, man.
All right, buddy.
There you have it. Trouble for Yates. Out of the 9 machine. We'll get ready for another race restart here in a moment. Early on, we talked about turn number 2 being a trouble spot. Taylor leads there in the 58 TexasFlyingFamily.com machine. Texas AMG right now. But we'll get ready for yet again another restart early on. Lights on the iRacing pace car at the moment, and we'll get ready for this one. All right, you're looking at Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. and Cole K. Thomas inside the top 3 as well. Again, 5 of the 135 in the books here tonight, early in. Along with Ryan Bean, Matthew Scott Taylor. Ready to go here for yet again the race. We got to talk to the 9 machine down there in pit road. R3, now 4 laps down John Peel. In the 7, also out of this event. So, at number 9 got big time destroyed. So, as we get ready to go again, the 3 of Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. and Mr. Jared Kaler, front row. In the Texas camp here, that Chevrolet number 58 machine getting ready to bring up the green, along with Cole K. Thomas sitting there in second. And again, that 66 and 58 machines make right up near the front here. Great restart there. The 58, 66 nose to tail. 88 should be somewhere around here, also out of that camp. But we are ready to go green once again. Restart lap 7. We got 3 laps in. We had our first incident of the night. Here we go. Restart out of turn 4. Wagner gonna put the green in the air. There we go. We are back underway. Here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Taylor, great restart. Thomas as well. Popping down in line to the bottom. MK11 Aaron Basement. That's Thomas. Right behind teammate Taylor at the front of the field. Seaton Jr. there in 3rd. Matthew Short 5th. Scott Taylor in 6th. Well, he's running down the back straightaway right now. Between the 18 and 11 machine. Here comes Calvin Ruff in the 112 Goodyear machine, following those 2 on to the front straightaway here tonight. Great racing here so far as the people working their way by. There goes Calvin Ruff on the bottom. It's going to be a long slide. It's going to be 8 of J.R. Miller stuck to the top side of Calvin. Down the back straightaway this time by. Field going to spread out. Great racing so far here at Atlanta. Double file. Colette right there, top side of the 38. That battle itself for 8th and 9th on the racetrack. There's the 11 of Matthew, top side of the 78 right now. Double file down the back straightaway. That is the battle for 6th between the 78 and 11 machine. Matthew stuck on the top side of the 78 of Miller. We're going to inch his way into 6th. Move the 11 to 7th. 38 of James and Calvin Ruff side by side as well, right behind those. Great racing here, double file racing throughout the pack. Terry Collette back here involved in the battle with the 83 and the 15 of Jordan Stenzel. One car down there below the apron off of turn 2. Trying to get back there to see that was having a little bit of trouble. Right there is Phillip. They're running 17th. The Big Wolf man runs 17th right now. Up front, Jared Kaler continue to lead 11 laps to this race here at Atlanta. There's Justin Stallings topside with Clayton Graves as well, battling with him. Jordan Stencil, great battle down the back straightaway. These cars going at it on board with Jordan Stencil. Rusty right there on the top side of him. We see Jordan Stencil. I might even make the pass and pull ahead of Mr. Rusty right there behind him. Great pass for position there. Hey, running that middle of the top lane, and that trouble behind them. It's the 83 Collective. Big trouble. The 83 at Perry Collette in the inside wall. No caution. We'll go take a look at what happened, and now the yellow flag will wave. A little bit delayed yellow. Caution once again. It's Perry Collette involved with looks like the 13. Big impact for the 13. Collette was able to hang on. Not so much for the 13 of Clayton and Craig. Wow. I've been calling Taylor Craig. Sorry guys. Got my names mixed up, but that is Clayton Craig hard into the inside wall. Taylor out front. Now Hooters number 13 machine got Boyd halfway off of turn number 2. You can get into the side of the 83, and both of them are going to go sideways. One more to look at it here. Slow motion. Wow. What can you do? You're that 13 sliding down towards that inside wall, and look at the impact this car takes. Oof. Right into that safer barrier, lifts that side of the car up. Nearly goes on his lid, sets back down. Just huge impact there for the 13 car off of turn number to put us back on caution, and he will be on pit road. Quite a few cars, Rusty on pit road as well. A big impact there for Clayton Cravens, and we'll talk to him here in a moment. Clayton there on the pit road. At this let's see if we can talk to him. They go bad for Clayton here. That was an impact. Out of the full throttle. All right. Hey, Clayton is mad up in the booth. Got a copy. Hey, Clayton, mad up here in the booth. Got a copy. Hey, Clayton, mad up here in the booth. Got a copy. We'll try it one more time here. Hey, Mr. Clayton Cravens, Matt in the booth. Got a copy on me? Hear me? Unfortunately, I don't think he can hear us. 15 of 135 complete here tonight. Yet again, another incident. It's out of that full throttle camp. Teammates having a rough night between the 13th and the 9, both in incidents here this evening. And we're only 15 laps complete in this one, and already big incidents for that team. So 15 of 135 in the books here tonight. We'll get ready for a restart in just a moment here at Hot Atlanta, round number 5 in the NASCAR Xtreme Iracing Series. On the board. Get ready to go back to the green. Up front, Clayton. Or Jared Kaler, lead over Cole K. Thomas. MK11 Aerospace Machine. Rolls second here. Scott Taylor is third. As we get ready for yet again another restart here tonight. But what a night it's been here from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. What we have seen so far is just some good racing, I have to say, across the board right now. Everybody going to get ready to go green. Once again, pace car lights are off for the time being. Let's see. Hold these guys off with them. They have to stay in the next caution. The green flag getting ready to fly once again out here tonight. We'll get ready to go. All right, sorry about that, folks. Great racing up front here. That is going to be the 18, Dustin Stallings. Look at this, inside the top three, coming off a win last week. Dustin, of course, winning last week, and he led. Let's see here. Last week he led, 15 of the laps here. Of course, Kaler leads out front right now, but Stallings into the top three. Great run for Dustin Stallings here. Week after he won his race last week at Rockingham. Side-by-side battle with James alongside Matthew there as well. Big time 3 wide down the backstretch. There is the 9, the slow car of the 9. Right there, they had to work their way around him. There is Rusty coming off of turn number 4 right now. So they are Miller, Ryan right there also in the mix, and that number 9 staying with it here and doing a good job of keeping that car rolling here tonight, trying to get a decent points finish, and you got to give him credit there for that, and out there keeping rolling. And right now that number 9 is going to be for 23rd on the field. Of course, last week finished 28th at Rockingham, officially scored. But it's not a good start for Willie Yates there as we watch the battle around the racetrack. Cole Thomas, Ryan Bean there as well. 21 of 35 laps complete. Meanwhile, Calvin Ruff looking to battle Jared Kaler up front. Ruff to the bottom, Kaler the second, new race leader. Calvin Ruff leading here tonight. Of course, coming off an 11th place finish back at Rockingham last week, now to the lead. Here comes the 28 of Ryan Bean. He was the fastest car in practice. Now moves to second. Move Bean to P2. Front 2 cars battling it out here. Lap number 23 on the board this time by Cole Thomas back there as well. Dustin Stallings in the 93. Scott Taylor. James and Matthew right there as well. 23 on the board. Patrick Miller hanging on also. 23 of 135 complete. Alvin Ruff out front leading here. Ryan Bean in second. 24 on the board this time by there is Kaler. Alvin Ruff up front. 24 on the board of 135 tonight. Ryan Bean. Jared Kaler P3. Stallings dropping back out to 6th. Matthew Rush Right there, Scott Taylor. And 8th. 9th is Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. at the moment. Scott Taylor hanging on. J.R. Miller. Rusty hanging on as well. Jimmy in the 12th position in the 112 Pennzoil machine. For the 110, excuse me, 25 on the board. And he'll be side by side with that number 6 machine. Taylor, those 25 lap old tires starting to give up a little bit in comparison. Guys on fresher tires, Cole Thomas, same position. Battle for the race lead. Here comes the 28 of Bean underneath Jared Taylor. New race leader, give it to the Howling machine of Ryan Bean to the race lead. So Bean up front in that number 28 Howling machine, 26 or 135 laps complete. And Bean now leads with Mr. Calvin Ruff second, Jared Taylor in third. Great racing up front. We'll jump into the middle of the pack. There's J.R. Miller with Jimmy in a battle around that 11th and 12th position. Jordan Stencil hanging on there as well. Bowen next right there as well, and 15th on board with Phillip as he rolls around in the Hooters Pro Cup, or Hooters Chevrolet Camaro to the back bumper of the 15 of Jordan Stencil. Folks, we're almost 30 laps into this event here tonight. Up front, Ryan Bean continues to lead here this evening. Right now we have 23 cars actively in the event here. Clayton Craven's 15 laps down, Austin Johnston there as well. And we got some cars 2 and 3 wide back here, trying to get a camera back on that event. These guys putting on a show. Robert Fitzpatrick Jr. inside the top 10 here as well after 28 laps. Dustin Stalling and number 93, Red Reed, I believe what that says. Right now, Ryan Bean up in the lead. Right now up front, Ryan Bean, Calvin Ruff, James, Matthew, and Jared Kaler. Right now 30 on the board this time by. Fitzpatrick Sr. there as well. Cole K. Thomas hanging on in 7th. Dustin Stallings there as well. Right now out front, Jared Ryan Bean. Tonight. Alvin Ruff second, James third, and 4th is Matthew Rush, 5th Robert Fitzpatrick Jr., Jared Taylor there in 6th, Cole K. Thomas 7th, Dustin Stallings in 8th, Scott Taylor in 9th, and Rusty in 10th, J.R. Miller in 11th. Miller running 11th right now, Jimmy and Mr. Mac or Merck right there as well. Jordan Stencil, 8 machine of Philip Moenex right there behind them. Or outside wall, that's going to be, look to be Jimmy, no, and possibly J.R. Miller scrubbing the wall there, but got to get it up. As we're going to cross over here, 33 complete. Calvin Ruff sitting inside the top 2 with Ryan Bean right in front of him. Those 2 battling out front. Folks, we're going to go to crank up. We'll be right back here at Atlanta. folks back here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Xtreme Iracing Series on 5 down. Laps in the books right out front. Ryan B got a 4/10 of the second gap over to being Calvin Ruff and James in third. Fourth right now is Matthew there. As we work our way through some cars on pit road, including last week's winner Dustin Stallings. 40 laps on that run is what he ran before he bucked the car down 4 tires and fuel. And Stallings, the 93 machine, taking fresh tires and Goodyear Eagles. On pit road right now, Ryan Bean, you got a watch coming down. Green flag stops. It can get hectic on pit road. Calvin Ruff down there. He'll come to his box for tires and fuel. Jared Kaler down there. Terry Collette now moving by on the racetrack right now. Bean on the bottom. Phillip is also going to stay out yet another lap. James going to take over the race lead, but you can't stay out here too long. The cars here taking fuel and tires again. Guys, it's on the racetrack here on old stuff. They're about 2 seconds slower than the new if I can talk right, new tires. So you can't stay out there too awful long or it can hurt you in the long run. We started off a couple of cautions early on tonight, but now we've got ourselves a pretty nice green flag run here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Continuing to run. I want to thank everybody here watching here tonight, round number 5. As Peter hits pit road right there, you get through the commitment zones. And right now that'll leave 1 or 2 cars, and yellow is out. And that is going to trap 9 on back, a lap down, as we have trouble on the racetrack here. And we're going to go back and see if we can find what happened. But we're going to have a mess here on lap 44. Caution on the raceway once again. Unsure that being 8. Out of pit road, Ryan Bean. Happens. It's loose. Oh man. Ryan Bean hard into the inside wall. He's below the racing surface. Can't imagine that. But Bean heavy damage. And then the caution made. But Ryan Bean, big time damage. You see the lights moving the rotor on. Man, oh man. A mistake there from Ryan Bean. Let's get a word with him. Hey Matt, or hey Ryan, Matt up here in the booth, got me. Alrighty now, well, a little bit lucky you got the caution. Talk to me about what happened out pit road there.
Man, I think I got complacent. I think we played strategy really well, and I guess I lost it coming on the pits, and it sucks. I think we would have had a really good strategy there, but yeah, again, that's part of racing. You got to be able to exit the pits, and cold tires got me.
Well, man, I hate to see it for you. Big time impact there in that 28. How long did you have damage repair on?
I think I had like 8 to 9 minutes, so I'll take it all. We'll see where we're at, but I don't expect a good result from us here. It sucks. I felt quick, but it is what it is.
Well, after a strong start to the year, buddy, you're off like a 15th placement last week. Not going to be looking good for you. Hopefully better luck next week at Bristol.
Yeah, Bristol should be fun. It's going to be elbows out racing, so can't wait.
Well, man, I'm going to let you go get that car fixed. I know the crew down there with sledgehammers and zip ties to get that thing together. But
Yeah.
you got to feel bad for made a mistake coming off a pit road, put the car in the inside wall. cost him in the long run. Man, huge incident out front. Now, the way this is going to work, Fitzpatrick Senior has stayed out. That is going to trap Cole Thomas, Dustin Stallings, basically 10th on back, 1 lap down, because Fitzpatrick Senior did not go to pit road. Now, with that being said, with him trapping those guys, that is a game changer. You're not going to get the wave arounds. Pause.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
One car going around. Thomas, all these guys right here, they're kind of trapped 1 lap down, I would think, unless we're going to give everybody their lap back. And they are. Now, I'm not sure how that works. Almost got a wave. That puts them back on the map. Dustin got a wave. Terry's wave. So I'm going to need to talk to race control on this one. I'll be back with you. Alrighty, folks, stand by as they work on getting everything set and the running order set. We'll be back. Alrighty, folks, back underway once again here from Atlanta Motor Speedway, and Robert Fitzpatrick Sr. having a problem there. And back underway one more time here tonight. Got it up. That is Robert Patrick. The Texas Motors lane. It looks like they did elect to wave all the cars around that were trapped there one lap down with that caution. The 3, Robert Patrick leads Matthew second. Kevin back there in fifth. There is Mark 7, Scott Taylor. OK Thomas 8 on the 135 comes here tonight. There is 75 of Michael Dustin Stallings right there at the top. Perry Collette, J.R. Miller there as well as we continue to run. There is the 6 of Rusty trying to pick up a spot. He'll jump inside almost of Terry Collette right in front of him. Back at it, there at Dustin Stallings right now. Robert Fitzpatrick hanging on at the front of the pack as well. That's Robert Fitzpatrick. Here from Atlanta Motors. 311, 112 at the front of the pack right now. As they head down the back straightaway once again, battle for second. There is Mr. Calvin on the inside of the 11 of Matthew. Matthew almost didn't realize Calvin was down there. Just about got that Valvoline number 11. Luckily at the last moment he went back up high. Left just enough room for him to gather it up, and that they did no run. 50 laps. Cole K. Thomas right now in the 6 Dusty Stallings. Hanging on there in 90. Rusty and Jerry Taylor in 11 right now. Taylor, J.R. Miller hanging on in the 83. Taylor hanging on in as that 58. Robert Patrick Jr. continuing to lead. Alvin Ruff moving to second right now. Alvin Ruff to the race. 5 from 135 complete time. Ruff right there. Patrick out front. Alvin Ruff, Matthew 3rd. James 4th. Kevin 5th right now. Robert Patrick right now. Robert Patrick's leading tail. Ruff trying to run him down as well. 57 of the 135 on the board here tonight from Atlanta Motor Speedway. And yellow on the racetrack once again. We got trouble. And we'll try to figure out where the trouble may be. Caution out where we find it. Go back out on the racetrack. And that is the 48 around of what happened to Fitzpatrick. Bring the caution back out. Out of 2 to 9 in the wall. 48 coming along. Yep. Made a move to miss the 9. He's on the apron. Car back up the racetrack. That's going to be a yellow. Here with it. Yellow back out. Like Fitzpatrick's hard wall. Caution back out. 8 of 35 in the books. Coming what would be lap number 9 here tonight. So 59 of the 135 in the books for the NASCAR Iracing. Round number 5 of 38 from Atlanta Motor Speedway. Run right now, get back to time here. All right, race fans, I want to take this time to thank our sponsors, GridFinder.com. GridFinder is the easiest way to find online sim racing leagues for iRacing, Assetto Corsa, Competizione, F1 2020, or Vector 2, and many more. Racing sims and games alike. You can find leagues in the UK, US, Europe, Australia, and more. Head to gridfinder.com where you will find all the leagues you see here on Extreme Sim TV, as well as many more. Alternatively, if you have a league or a community yourself and you're watching this, get yourself signed up on the site and join the other 1,000 leagues currently registered on Grid Finder. Find your place on the grid. Alrighty, folks, back under green once again. Down the back straightaway, battle for second right now. As you see, I'm headed to 3 and 4. Great battle around that second position here tonight as we continue to run right now. All right, folks, back here with you. You had an insane battle for the lead. Sorry about that. You wanted to talk with me there for a moment off air, discussing some of the things we were doing here, but out front, battle up front of the field. It was that black number 3, kind of getting split by Jared Kaler and Calvin Ruff. Out front, Jared Kaler leads the way. Rumble out of turn number 2. They'll hang on to it. 3 wide right now, around 6th, 7th, and 8th position. Moment. 66 on the board this time by. It's on the board. Jared Kaler now back out front. There's Calvin Ruff underneath of him. Teammate there in the 66. Cole K. Thomas right now in 3rd. Again, 66 and 135 complete here tonight from the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Battle for the race lead with 70 laps to go. Kaler and Calvin Ruff up front, giving us a show here in Xtreme Iracing Series round number 5 from Atlanta Motor Speedway. 69 to go in the battle up front now between Calvin and Kaler, going at it. Teammate to Mr. Kaler right there in 3rd. Big block out of Kaler. Got to be careful doing that block. You can get turned around. Calvin up the racetrack, nearly contact with Kaler. Kaler rolls the top side here out of turn 4. They are fighting it out here for the race win at Atlanta Motor Speedway this week. Again, next week we go 250 laps. Thunder Valley, that's next Monday evening. Bristol, Tennessee plays host. The Xtreme Iracing Series, and right now, up front, you're looking at it like you're in Bristol right now as those 2 double file. Out at turn number 4, once again, Calvin Ruff along with Jared Kaler, putting a heck of a show out front. Contact between those 2 cars. Ruff out the gas. He's going to back out the throttle. Here comes teammate to Kaler. Where does he go? What does he do? He's going to stay lined up with Ruff there on the bottom. Ruff again, contact again with Kaler, nearly turning that 58 around. They'll gather it up, back down the front straightaway. Now the teammate putting some pressure to Ruff, trying to maybe get him off the back bumper of his teammate up in front of him. That's Cole K. Thomas trying to play good teammate right now. And that is going to allow Kaler to open the gap just by a smudge here at lap 70. Taylor. Got Taylor riding around the court right now. Dustin Stallings last week. And then, yes, we got Jimmy inside the top 6 as well. Matthew Bush, Gail Miller, Robert Patrick. All right here in a little cluster of cars. Great racing here as well. Again, 71 laps a week. On pit road. That's the 11 of Matthew Bush coming down along with Patrick Jr. on pit road here. 28 laps on their tires. Right now with 27 on his. He is not came down yet. Right now, first car 1 lap down. That is Matthew Fleming. That laps down. That's a 70 lap. They will try to over Calvin Ruff, the tire number 112. Back to the back bumper of Kaler. Kaler holds on. Out at turn number 2. He tied up front. 3rd place car out of shape. Look at Kaler jump to the bottom, doing everything. The third teammate, please come help. That teammate gets the back bumper of Calvin Ruff, kind of upset that number of Goodyear. Helping out just a bit. What matter? 4. 75 front. Fine. 135. Guys putting on one heck of a show, I gotta say. Out front, it's gonna be Taylor and Calvin Ruff hanging battle up front. 75 laps for the 135 in the books here tonight, and look at how close Calvin Ruff is getting the back bumper of Jared Kaywood right now for the race lead. Gotta be faithful for his team on. Jared Kaywood are leading right now on board with Calvin Ruff, who is putting the nose of his car right to the back bumper. That L1 Camaro in front of him. Calvin Ruff trying to find a way around. That good tire, number 112, doing 3. But with 76 on the board, is there anything Jared Taylor can do to hold off Mr. Calvin Ruff? As we're about, probably 10 to 12 laps away from another round of green flag stops at Atlanta. Race 77 on the board. Having it. Dustin always that how about Scott Taylor from Houston? Kimmy, J.R. Miller, Marco, Kevin, Gabe. We kind of spread out now with what would be 9 laps of home for Kaywood to lead in that number 58 machine. Whoop, where did they moment, but we continue to run out front. Break quick, get in front of the field. An emergency one race right now. Taylor, the 112, right there, knocking down the back door. If your tire 112, hang on right now. Out front, 1-8. There is Calvin Ruff. Everybody hang on. Taylor right now in the Texas.com owner on that machine. Dustin Stallings, he's moving around to third. Look at Dustin Stallings. Ford Mustang, your winner from last week. Boots us 93 to third. Give him E3 over the OK Thomas. We put 80 on the board this time by. Mile down, back straightaway one. I have to say, pretty great race night overall over the first laps of this. Been a lot of fun to watch. 84 just up. 81 of 5 laps complete. And we continue to run. On a 5 clubs out. Jared Kaler, 8 behind him, Calvin Ruff. OK Thomas hanging on right now in third, getting back around Dustin Stallings. Stallings had gotten around him. Their pass made back here on the board. Scott Taylor, J.R. Miller. One outcome. Taylor. Alvin Ruffin, second. OK Thomas, third. Dustin Stallings in fourth. How about Scott Taylor right here? There he back here. Matthew. 11, Robert, Patrick. All out there, go at it and running home. Right. Go in the motors. Out front. Okay. Side-by-side battle here between Evan and Evan. Well, it was a side-by-side battle. Didn't last long. Kevin's going to get clear. Meanwhile, Calvin runs to pit road. There is the 112 on pit road. He'll be the first of the leaders coming down for retired fuel. Retired number 112 pit road. Expect Taylor to come down anytime here. Stay out long. He'll be giving up way too much time to the 112 here tonight. Five laps. Taylor hanging on. Cole Thomas second. Who just come by. Right, Stalling, knocking back door of your race. Good Taylor. 87 on the board, just come by. So 87, 135 laps. Complete. Atlanta Motor Speedway. On the board this time by. I missed it. Right there. Lawrence and Thomas. Great battle between those two. That one, 11 on the bottom. Now 90 on the board here, 135. Taylor leads OK Thomas in second. Out front. Battle here. There's coming off of, and again, some of the guys up front here on old tires right now. Over in the rough again, one. Although he come down, and when this cycle's, you can imagine he will be the leader here. We circle back through. Haywood, 91 on the board of 135 tonight. Away off of the free. Dusted, going. Dude's getting on Cole K. Thomas. And again, these guys still haven't hit it here at the front of the pack. Thomas giving up that spot to Stalling. Okay. Taylor out second. Right. No, Texas Family Racing out front. Dustin Stalley running second. As we close in on the last 35 of this race, it's been a wonderful race from the Xtreme Iracing Series of round number 5 at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Thomas, 4, 7, 7. Up Rusty, very Coletta. Colette right there, Calvin up there as well. Justin Stalling out front. Now Stallings at road. Great job, Gaylor Miller gonna get by Kevin. Stay out here. Along 97 on the board this time by. Stallings. Very Coletta. Wet. Alvin Croft. Back there as well in the tank. Out front, J.R. Miller to pit road now. Up front, Kevin stays out. We'll see if we get through three flag stops here under green this time around. Last time we did not. It would have been a but right now we are good to go. Calvin Ruff is up to third here. Kind of expected, now to second. Calvin Ruff's going to play with him. Taylor out there, and that really stopped from Mr. Ruff. Is going to pay off big time here. A pretty big lead. We'll have to stop again. Now that everybody comes down with 98 on the board this spot. On the board of 5. Calvin up front. Bad one, 98, 35 in the book. In the books. Right. So as we work our way down the front straightaway, 100 on the board, and this time by out front, Calvin Ruff. Happy right here, second. 5, 8 off. Calvin Ruff and Jared Taylor, and second by that. 7-second gap. That's only Calvin Ruff who is out front. And that's a big gap. Right now, Jared Taylor is faster with the fresher tires. And he's run down that 112 machine. 7 lap down going by. Big pass there to cancel the battle here with, right up in front of him there in the 66 hole. That cycle did not work out for him very well. Kind of stuck right now in 8. Dustin Stallings at 7th. Stallings 90. Calvin Ruff out. Calvin Ruff hanging on. Chevrolet Camaro leads Gordon Taylor. Jared Taylor in second right now. Pressure tires. seconds back as we count it right now. As we close in on 30 laps to go here at Atlanta Motors. And the Xtreme Iracing round number 5 for at Atlanta. Folks, we're going to go crank it up one more time. We'll be back in the booth. Alrighty, folks, back here. 110 going on the board here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. 110 and a 135 in the books out front. Alvin Ruff with a little bit of a strategy because you see him right now to pit road. Again, it's Ruff here coming down pit road early. The whole strategy here is to not get caught out with a caution. This thing has to go all the way through to work out for Ruff. Now Kaler and Dustin stalling second and third. There's not much they can do to counter this. they've got to stay out and run their race. Hope, darn hope that the caution might come out, kind of save their race here. Because right now they're kind of in a rough situation between the two of Dustin and Jared Taylor. They kind of back themselves into a corner, staying out as long as they can under the first stop. They cannot make it to the end from. They are going to have to pit again. Those guys kind of back themselves into a little bit of a predicament, I would say. Right there on those fresh tires coming by on the inside, trying to unlap himself just in case that yellow flag does come out. Again, basically a little bit of a strategy race at this point. Started out rough, but ended up going pretty clean here with these guys here over the last little bit. Again, if you're just joining us, this is round 5 of the NASCAR Xtreme Iracing Series. Atlanta Motor Speedway playing host to round 5 here tonight. We're getting ready to go off to Bristol next week for that 250 lap race there next week. Across the board, just a great smooth night of racing. I have to say, nothing too crazy or anything. 114 on the board this time by. Everyone right now. So 114 and 135 complete here tonight in Atlanta. Xtreme Iracing Series round number 5. Round 5 here at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Dustin stalling right now. Dustin out front, 20 laps to go. 20 to go, excuse me. This time by for Dustin stalling. Evan, Rusty, Jimmy, all these guys wanting a yellow here to kind of mess up the plan of Calvin Ruff, because if not, Calvin Ruff and those guys planned this out beautifully. Hit it just a little bit early under the last sequence. Set them up for this sequence beautifully. And with 20 laps to go, there's the 83 to pit road. Ruff right now running at 9 with pressured tires. Just gaining back on these guys more and more with the passing lap here. Calvin Ruff playing his strategy. Dustin stalling, a winner from last week, leads right now with 19 laps to go. But again, when they come to pit road, it should cycle back to Calvin Ruff, the big R Racing. There goes Kaler. Fresh tires on that machine as well. And again, across the board, just great racing, great strategy type racing here tonight as well. And we continue to run as they work their way down the back straightaway this time by. Right, good go. Here on Xtreme TV, Dustin stalling. Out here tonight, 17 to go. Through this time by. Dustin Stallings out front. Rusty Tetton in his 6th. Jimmy 4th. J.R. Miller in 5th. Forward. Help. Back. Third. battle. I down this. Dustin always. Evan. Evan. Always through it. Right now. Always. Wait, kind of gonna, I mean, six. Laps to go, Dustin Stallings out front, 12 to go this time. 12 laps to go in this time, but oh man, Dustin Stallings out front trying to run this strategy out the best he can. And 11 laps to go this time by. Right now, 11 laps to go in the stride. Up front, Dustin Stallings, Kevin in second, Rusty in third, Calvin Rupp in fourth. Now Calvin just waiting on these top three cars to dive down pit road, give him the opportunity to get that race lead back, and it looks like if it plays out the way he wants it to, and it goes green, he's gonna have about a 5-second lead over Jared Kaler in second. Taylor there just got beat on that last final pit stop, the pit road, by Mr. Calvin Ruff, and that is what's going to cost him here tonight with 9 to go. Again, it was Calvin Ruff that came down pit road first, and that next to final pit stop, and it's going to pay off, which is not 8 laps to go. When these drivers in front of him hit pit road, it's going to move him up the running order. There's J.R. Miller and Matthew racing side by side. That's 6th and 7th on the board right now. 8 laps to go this time by. $135 laps as we ran here at Atlanta Motors. 130 or 128 laps have been ran. We've got 8 to go. Stallings still out front. Coming off a win last week, leads the way. 7 laps to go this time by. Seven to go at the stripe. Xtreme Iracing round number 5 of 38 here this evening. Stallings lead Kevin in second right now. Kevin right there, right on the back bumper, your leader. But both these cars should have to pit here before the end. We're at 35 laps on this set of tires. It's going to be interesting. Calvin Ruff 5.3 seconds off of them. Is there any way that Stallings and Kevin can stretch this fuel mileage to the end? They're going to have 5 to go this time by. And both these cars have ran roughly 35 laps here. And it is going to be so tight. And we've seen them diving down around 28 in the run here. Right now, 5 laps to go. Dustin Stallings, Kevin right there in second. 5 to go for Stallings. Kevin P2 in the number 17. That Chevrolet trying to run down Stallings here. I'm not sure that either one of these cars can make it on a fuel here. Calvin Ruff still 4.5 seconds back. 4 laps to go this time by. And 4 laps to go. Stallings, please, got to save just enough fuel to get that number 93 to victory lane here. What a win it would be 2 in a row for Stallings here tonight. And he snookered the field and come up with a way to go just shy of 40 laps on a tank of fuel. That is going to be the question here. We got no, he can't. Stallings to pit road. 3 to go for Kevin. Now Kevin going to try it. Now he had about an extra lap of fuel because he can try anything here. I don't see a possible way unless he really slows the pace, saves enough fuel. Coming about 2 laps to go, but at the same token, do you bring it in at this? What do you do? Kevin out of turn 4, gap 3.7 seconds. Kevin may be the sleeper of the evening. 2 laps to go. 3.6 is the gap now. And I'd be clutching that car hard. He's ran 37 laps. He's really slow down the back straightaway. Gap now 3.4 seconds. It is closing. White flag to wave, and this time by. 1 lap to go. Kevin out front trying to play the strategy. Lap 38 on the board. Can he make it 1.5 miles? Kevin 1.5 miles out now, less than that. Probably around 0.5 mile at this point. Down the back straightaway. 3 seconds is the gap. Through 3 and 4. He can coast home from here. Kevin to the start-finish line is going to snooker him tonight on fuel mileage. Give it to Kevin out front. Congratulations, dude. What a job. Wow, Calvin Ruff, Jared Kaler, second and third here tonight, but it was Kevin playing the fuel mileage game and got it done here tonight on Xtreme Sim TV's coverage. Xtreme Iracing Series. Great job, Kevin. And congratulations, my friend. Great job on the fuel mileage. What a run for Kevin. Wow. Holy moly. Did not expect Kevin to make it all the way there, but he pulled it off. Wow. Wow, oh wow. What can you say about that one? What a job. Wow. Well, we're going to grab P3, Jared Kaler first down here. We'll let Kevin celebrate his victory. Get Jared Kaler in the booth with us. Coming home to P3 here tonight. Hey, Jared Kaler, Matt up here in the booth. Got a copy?
Yeah, I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you, buddy. Well, you're going to come on P3. Crazy into that race.
Yeah, it sure was.
Well, you and Calvin Ruff there, y'all played a little bit of pit strategy against one another. Calvin came down about one lap or two earlier than you guys there in the pit stop before this one. How would that affect your race as far as racing?
I mean, the caution kind of came out, the one that was pretty early on, it kind of came out at a bad time. And when I worked my way up through the field, and did that green flag pit stop, we were going to be maybe a couple laps short. And I was saving pretty much that whole run. And I probably could have ran down Calvin there. But I had to start saving fuel. And then when I started saving fuel, I realized it wasn't quite going to be enough fuel. So then I had to come in and make the pit stop. But still had a lot of speed, and I was gaining on both him and Kevin there at the end, so not too shabby for performance.
Well, I tell you what, Kevin did a good job snookering everybody. I did not.
I didn't think so either, but he said he ran out of gas pretty much as he ran across the line, so I guess he did just a good enough job to save enough gas.
Well, man, congratulations for you here tonight. Anybody like to thank?
I'd like to thank Reese for giving me this opportunity on Texas Family Racing, and of course the sponsors, Texas Family Media Group, Douglas Distributors, Beer Nuts, and then the aerospace team, supporting the team and everything. So look forward to Bristol next week. I really like Bristol, and it's one of my favorite tracks, so looking forward to that.
Well, man, a great run here tonight, Mr. Taylor. Bristol Motor Speedway here next week.
Thank you. Have a good one.
We'll get Calvin Ruff here. Hey, Calvin Ruff, Matt up here to copy.
Yes, sir, I do.
Alrighty, man. P2 tonight. You played the strategy. You had the fresher tires. Did you expect Kevin to make it all the way there?
No, that was really smart strategy on his part. I enjoy racing Zab. Me and him, we run in a couple of leagues, actually 3 leagues together throughout the weeks, and I really enjoy running with him. So really good strategy for him. Glad it paid off for him. But the 112 Goodyear Raven tire Camaro was super fast tonight. It was the fastest car on the track, hands down. It was a rocket. Just hate that we were one position short, but I'll take the second place and take the points and move on to next week. So a really fast car tonight, though.
Great job, Dan. You ran a good race, almost a perfect race. Just having kind of snookered all of us there at the very end. And we'll see you in Bristol, buddy.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Calvin, second. All right, let's get our race winner here. Kevin up. Hey, Kevin, man, it's Matt up here in the booth. You got a copy?
What's up, man?
Well, not much, buddy. How about that, my friend? Great job.
I was nervous there at the end. I thought Dustin was going to pull it out, and then I started seeing Kevin closing up, and I was worried about him. So I'm glad that worked out.
Well, man, how in the world did you time that so perfectly?
Kind of by chance, really. We were coming down to that second to last stop, and or on that second to last run, and started talking to Rusty. I was like, wait a minute, I think if we run a little bit longer here, we can stretch this to the very end and then stretch the next one to the very end, and that'll probably be just enough. And I clutched the hell out of it that last run, every end of the track. So Dustin was on the same strategy, and I guess he was, but closed from like 7-8 seconds back to like 1 second back and just held there. And I was like, uh-oh, he's playing my same game, and I didn't know if I was going to get around him. So when he pitted, I was like, just don't run out. All I got to do now is just don't run out.
Funny enough, I just upgraded my Delta V pedals, punch pedal on. I was running a race the other day, I was close on going. I was like, hey, I can actually clutch the car now.
Oh yeah, it's that's the only reason I won the race. I can't afford the high dollar Fanatec. I got a Logitech set up, but any sponsors out there want to sponsor a winning driver, I got room for you.
And like, we got a clutch button under your wheel.
No, I was just gassing it straight in, and instead of coasting, I was clutching.
Great job. Coming home, thank Kevin greatly. Congratulations. Anybody like to
Just everybody watching on twitch.tv/ZabMoto. Whole Twitch community is awesome. Had a lot of fun with that, and just loving the iRacing deal, and love that I get to be part of it. Thanks again to Phil too for running the league. He catches a lot of shit, and I know sometimes I throw some at him, but he does a good job overall.
Again, for man, well, great job, man, coming home with the win here tonight. And by the way, hello Twitch. Oh, great job here tonight, buddy.
Thanks.
Alrighty, folks. Well, that's going to do it here. Xtreme TV coverage for the Xtreme Iracing Series Round 5 at Atlanta. We'll be back next week, and we'll roll the Bristol Motor Speedway. And that night, 4 round numbers. So then, everyone, stay safe. Have a great night, and have a good one.